Shout when you're ready. I never know when you're ready. Honestly, working with animals and Bob Powell. Okay, forgotten your name. Annie Finney, right. You were the first chairman, okay. How much did you, how far involved would you say with the formation of STOIC?
Well, it was underway to a point when I arrived at the college, in that when I first turned up at the freshers' recruitment day, there was a STOIC recruitment going on. But not very much was happening. It was partly the electrical engineering Wednesday afternoon make a television program in a quarter of an hour slot, which they were doing at the time. And half of the involvement with STOIC was driving the equipment for that, and the other half was trying to get the society off the ground to actually start making programs. The biggest difficulty was the inertia of the electrical engineering department, who were rather reluctant at that time to let the students loose on the equipment. And Colin, in fact, deserves a lot of credit for breaking down that barrier to a great extent. In fact, the extent of Colin's achievement now only really becomes apparent 10 years afterwards.
Yes, we're very amazed at his extent and a few other things. I think, how difficult was it to recruit people then, not just from electrical engineering, but from other departments?
Well, it was quite difficult. We didn't have too much trouble in getting hold of people who wanted to point the cameras or were interested in the technical side of television. Even television as we did it 10 years ago, which was black and white, 625 lines, and on the 52nd edition that Pi made of a rather strange closed-circuit television system, most of which I see is still in use. But getting people to appear in front of the cameras is very difficult, and obviously you need good people in front of the cameras, perhaps even more than you need good people behind the cameras. And that was the biggest problem, getting hold of people who not only would appear in front of a camera, but who gave a semblance of appearing vaguely natural. And it was almost impossible to do.
What's it like looking forward 10 years to see how STOIC has developed since it began in your day?
Ambivalent kind of feelings. First of all, obviously there's a certain amount of pride that something that I was in at the start of has done so well. There's also a feeling of jealousy when I think what we might have achieved with the level of enthusiasm amongst the early STOIC members, given the equipment you have now, the colour camera that Mr. Powell over there is pointing at us, which even when you consider the fact that when STOIC first started, the videotape machine that the electrical engineering department had was a Philips, which wouldn't even play back its own tapes. It was after about 6 months we got an Ampex, which would at least play back its own tapes and even play back tapes from other sources. So much has been dependent on the way in which the college has been able to get more and more technical facilities.
Okay, well, thanks very much. Right, that's fine.
Depuis 10 ans.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.